Hey, here we are again. It is Thursday. Welcome to the show. Thank you for taking the time to tune in. We appreciate that. It's Lee, Carol, and the cast of characters. How you doing today, Carol?
I'm doing good.
All right.
Maybe I turned the wrong one down.
What'd you do now?
I'm loud.
Oh, you're
That
too
one?
loud?
Was that me just now that I pushed down?
I don't know. Well, you have to tell me what. Well, let me. You know
I
what? Let me
probably
turn it down
pushed
from
you.
here.
Oh.
It'd be easier. How's that right there?
That's better.
That's more better.
Yeah. Did you see Steve Harvey's letter he sent out to everybody?
I got it. In fact, Apollo sent it to me, but I haven't read it.
I put it in the middle of the night
Oh,
to
yeah?
everybody.
Yeah, I haven't read
And then
yet.
it was on news this morning. They're just shocked.
Yeah.
They said, why would you talk to people like that? News
I know.
was really against him.
Yeah.
He's going to destroy himself because he's proven he really is a Trump follower. He thinks he's better than people.
Mm. Well, I hadn't looked at it from that
I
perspective.
could see
but
it
that's
if
a
he
good
was.
point.
But even super famous people actually do that. I've seen Michael do that,
Yeah.
where nobody's supposed to talk to him or look at him
Mm.
or do this. But I would laugh in his face. I want to look at you anyway. And then he'd laugh. He had the best laugh. But
Yeah.
I just think he's getting carried away. Most people would take their staff.
Boom shakalaka. What's up,
Boom,
Chris?
shakalaka.
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Good morning to you, Lee. Good morning, Carol. How's it going?
Good. I'm eating my
You
oatmeal.
know, okay. What kind of oatmeal? Just regular oatmeal or what?
Yeah, regular oatmeal with raisins.
No, that's kind of plain. You don't put any like maple syrup or raisins?
No, that's the object of why I eat oatmeal, not to do that.
Okay.
What's the purpose of eating that nasty
Because
stuff?
it keeps your cholesterol down, and I don't want to take medicine.
Yeah, I hear you. I'd have to take something else. Put them in some damn cookies, and I'm good.
Well, you're defeating the purpose there because you got sugar in the cookies.
Well, you don't have to put sugar in them.
Yeah, you do. You wouldn't enjoy that cookie without the brown sugar and white sugar.
It'd be better than eating that mush.
No, actually,
Yeah.
I put equal in it.
Oh, no. See,
And then I put vegan butter,
that-
which isn't butter.
yeah, everything that's fake. I don't want fake oatmeal.
Well, actually, everything's natural.
That sugar isn't.
I don't have sugar in there.
They're equal.
I put it equal, but the
That's
equal's better for me
artificial.
than sugar.
It's artificial, though. It has side effects.
It's better
just like
for me than sugar.
narcotics.
It's not going to cause me to have diabetes.
No, but it might make you pee on yourself. You know, the
Diabetes.
side effect. Diabetes. She didn't know how to come back after that one.
No, I could come back, but I'm being nice today.
Okay, be nice. Be nice. There you go.
So are you going to show that Steve Harvey letters, what he wrote to those people?
Yeah, let me see if I can pull that up.
He didn't get that down fast enough for people to post it.
Did
Well,
he
it was
post it up
originally,
or somebody else posted it?
Other people posted it.
Oh, well, he
Yeah.
can't stop that.
If
It
you're
was
so
leaked to a
rude
former
to,
staff member.
Yeah.
if you're so rude to your staff, why be nice to him?
Hey, what goes around comes around. Well, here's another example of either being arrogant or bad advice from someone in your circle. Because I certainly would not have advised him to handle that situation that way.
And I don't think production companies would have.
Yeah.
I've never seen them do that. Usually your staff comes with you.
Yeah. Well, even if you decided that you wanted a whole new staff for whatever reason, and he has the right to do that. But there's a right way or a better way of dismissing a family of people that you've been working with for years. And maybe, throw a little lunch and have everybody there and explain to them your why you're doing it. And maybe that would have softened the blow.
Oh,
a
he
bit.
don't want to even eat with the people.
Oh, well.
They're not allowed to even speak to him if he's sitting somewhere. See that I've seen some celebrities do that, and it's like I don't really want to say what I would say, because I don't need the job the way I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to watch people with Michael Jackson. He would ask for some water, and 20 people would be running to get it. He goes, "Don't you?" I say, "I ain't running to get you no damn water."
Get your own water.
crippled. And I mean, that's my personality. Anybody that knows me will tell you I'm very upfront.
Yeah, and you're not being paid to go fetch some water for someone, and I resent that. I don't think that's appropriate. That's like slavery. And I'm gonna just put it out there the way I see it. I mean, you don't treat people that way. You go to the bathroom the same way I do. You put your pants on the same way I do. You're gonna treat me with respect.
You know what
I'm treating
tell
you
'em?
that way.
You just make more money, but long as something. I think it was Guy said yesterday. I feel the same way when he talked about having a roof over his head and all that. Thought about that the other day, and I told my client that because she's got a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I'm happy because as long as I have a roof over my head, I can feed my kids and myself and buy clothes and do what I have to do. I watch these wealthy women. When money gets less than what they're used to, they have nervous breakdowns. I had one all of a sudden think she was Jesus's mother.
Oh,
I've seen them go through major issues, so.
yeah. Well,
And I think with him, he's probably gotten where he thinks because he's got so much money, we're now going to divide this country. And there's actually a movie like that where the rich actually put up a wall and the poor stay, which become most of us, because I even told my client, you're not in that 1%, because she was kind of nasty to me a few times.
well, sometimes you got to check the rich, just like anybody else.
And, I always try to
Check.
tell them, class doesn't go by how much money you have. Class is class. You could be a homeless
Exactly.
person and have class.
That's right.
Yeah, but you know how it is. I mean, it's all ego driven to begin with.
Yes.
And they cater to egos because of who they are. And going back to the whole thing with Steve Harvey, this whole thing originated from Robert Feeder here in Chicago. Feeder was a very dominant media reporter and writer for the Chicago Sun-Times. He does currently Chicago media blog on his own now, and that's where the story, somebody leaked the letter to him, and of course went viral. The thing
Yep.
about Steve Harvey, he's always been very underwhelming to me. I never really counted him as a big talent. I mean, he did enough to get by, and he's not really one of those breakthrough comedians or hosts. To me, he's kind of like paint drying. But that's just me. But I respect his hustle of where he is right now. It's just that there's also a price to pay. And I think part of the reason, just me, of course, being an outsider, I think part of the reason why he doesn't want to deal with anybody, because part of it was the backlash he did going back to meeting with Trump. And I think he caught a lot of hell from that. And a lot of people are probably voicing to him, whether it's online, viral, or in person. And what do you do? Not only just using the star thing about leave me alone, I'm busy, I must prepare, but I think it's just the fact that he doesn't want to deal with anybody from the backlash of the Trump interview that he did, meeting with him in Trump Tower in New York.
Well, that very well may be, but who would want to work for a guy like that? So he's coming to L.A. Yeah, there's a lot of starving people out here as well.
Right.
But shit follows you. When you crap on people, that smell doesn't go away.
That's right.
It lingers.
All the time.
Yeah, it lingers, and that's part of his legacy now. How he's treated his former staff and the things he did with Trump that people don't approve of. The mistake that he made in the beauty contest. I mean, so he's got some scars, and we all do. But this one may be a little hard to overcome. And he'll find a staff.
only
He may
that,
already
I mean-
have the staff. But
You're right. And not only that, real quick, I mean, once again, we're talking about morals from this perspective too.
Right.
You do this book about, think like a man and act like a asshole. I don't know what the name of the book was, but he had that book going on at one
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
And here's a guy whose third wife who he's currently married to was the jump off chick that he left from his second wife.
yeah.
So come on. I mean, don't, as my dad used to say, don't piss in my eye and tell me it's raining.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it'll be interesting, and I wish him well. I don't wish him no evil. I mean, I've met Steve one time at a conference or something. What
You
was
poor
it?
bastard.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but
Now, the job
you know.
he's leaving, is that the one Shirley works on?
no, that's a radio show.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a daytime talk show, and what was it called? The Steve Harvey Show, and now it's just going to be called Steve. Isn't there another show out there
Yeah,
called
because he
Steve?
has a yeah, because he has more ownership
He's
stake in
like
it now.
Ryan Seacrest now. They're kind of greedy.
Yeah. Now, how in the hell can iHeartMedia pay Ryan, what was it, 73, $74 million, and they're on the verge of bankruptcy?
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah, these fools. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this new deal that Harvey signed with NBC Universal
Mm-hmm.
and IMG, the revamped syndicated show gives him ownership stake and control over the production.
Well, we're going to see just how talented he is now. He's got more control, so we'll see what that show looks like. You know?
Well, Rock's a rock.
Well, listen, I'm not going to rain on anybody's parade. I wish him well.
Oh,
Also
yeah,
wish-
go and get yours.
Yeah, absolutely. I also wish well to the people that were employed by him or them, whoever they were employed by.
Oh, if they're union, they'll get another job.
Well, maybe. You know, there's a lot of opportunities out there. I'm not sure.
Well, people like the fact they're experienced.
Yeah, and I hope they do land on their feet and do well. So, Chicago is a good town. There's a lot of movie production coming out of there now. I'm not sure how many TV shows, but maybe they can move over to doing some movie production.
You know, I was trying to find this picture. Remember we were talking about where's Kellyanne? She had a facelift.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah, somebody has the before and after, and
A
I
face
got
what?
it. A facelift.
They must have used a crane on that sucker.
No, look at how her face looks.
Gravity
different.
pulls. I mean, I don't see crap.
No, her face is different. She looks more rested.
Really?
I'm trying to load it in.
Rest in peace.
No, I just thought it was funny when I seen that.
Wow.
I go, that's
Yeah,
why.
it takes about what 6 or 8 weeks to recover from. I guess it depends on how
I've
severe
never
it
had
was. too.
one, but I think it does take quite a while.
Yeah.
I went to women's
That's some wasted
houses.
money.
Well, you
Unless
have,
they went in their brain.
A lot of actresses do it. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
you don't think J-Lo's done one? You don't think?
No,
No,
I'm
J
not
Lo
saying
has
it.
done one. Come
yes,
on.
she
That's all
has.
different.
No,
Yeah.
she
My,
didn't. No,
yes, she
no,
has.
I don't care.
My friend
I ain't gonna
used
believe
to
it.
work with her,
I
and
ain't
when
gonna
she
believe it.
first came out, she was dancing, and she did that movie. She had, and which she has a great ass, but she had some work done on it. My friend was her
I ain't gonna
stylist.
believe it. No,
Believe me,
No.
hairdressers and stylists.
no. I ain't gonna
we
believe
know
it.
all that. You don't have to believe it.
I ain't gonna
but
believe
she
it. You're
didn't-
breaking my heart. Stop
You're
it.
not listening,
Stop.
though. She
No.
didn't do
J-Lo
nothing
did
wrong.
Not. No,
She
no,
didn't do nothing wrong.
no, she didn't
I'm
do
just
it.
saying, if
I
you're
don't
going to
wanna
be
hear
on TV or movies,
No.
you have to look good.
Stop it.
Nobody wants to look at you,
can't say
when
that
you look
about my
like an old
J-Lo.
hag.
Oh, my J-Lo.
I love J-Lo. I don't miss any of her movies. And I'm sure that guy
J-Lo.
that's with her's very happy.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I'm going to have a heart attack. Can't say that about J-Lo.
Well,
J-Lo.
I'm just telling you, when you're in the business or things that you have to do these things because you can't look all wrinkled and
Yes, you can.
no, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Nobody's going to want to put you in their stuff.
Well, too bad. You just play grandma at that point. I ain't going to do it.
Some of those grandmothers look good.
I'm sorry, J-Lo. Sometimes Carol, loses her damn mind.
No, I didn't lose my mind. I'm
She
just
make up
telling you the
stuff.
truth. I don't have to make up stuff.
She follows those tabloids.
No, I didn't follow a
apologize.
tabloid. I don't follow tabloids. I work in the industry.
Yeah, well,
And believe me, people talk.
I
It's
know.
like Disney kids. How many of them been in rehab? Most of them. Because from the time
that's
they're real
different.
young, they go in the bathroom and they're snorting coke, these young kids. Demi
that's
Lovato was not in there for weight management. She was there because she had a drug problem, and she admits it now. Selena Gomez has been in there numerous times for drug problems.
Well, I don't care about none of them.
You know,
but
you
can't
put your
talk
kid
about
in those
J-Lo.
businesses and you got them working every day. It destroys them.
I'm sorry, J-Lo. The Lee
J-Lo.
Michaels Show apologized for
You
the
don't have to
comments.
apologize.
Let me see your
I'm being
butt.
honest. I don't know why this won't move.
Oh, boy.
I was trying to get you those
J-Lo.
pictures of Kellyanne, the before and afters.
My day is
I
ruined.
don't want those pictures. You can keep those. No offense.
Well,
I
she
can't do
looks
it.
better. Now,
Next, you're gonna start in on my other dream girl.
no, this is what's going to happen to me.
Who's the other one? Alicia Keys.
Yes, sir.
I don't think Alicia does
There
nothing.
you go.
Yeah, she don't. She better not. I'll be messed up.
A girl ran over her hairdresser because she didn't like 7 times with her car in
7
Chicago.
times?
It's always in Chicago. She had her hair cut at Luigi's and he ruined her hair and she was hysterical and tried to assault the hairdresser with a curling iron. She left the place and when he came out, she waited more than 4 hours in a nearby parking lot for the victim to leave his workplace. And then she charged him with her car and ran him over at 50 miles per hour. Let's see if he's alive.
Really? And she ran over him 7 times. You said?
Yeah, over at least 7 times.
Oh no, he didn't make it.
They said she backed up and she kept running it back over him.
Oh damn.
Well, right now he's alive, but if he's alive, I'm sure everything. He's suffered with internal bleeding.
Of course.
I can't say the word lung. 2 skull fractures, 8 broken ribs, and 21 other bone fractures. But doctors no longer
they'll do
fear.
it.
They don't fear for his life. Not that he'll ever probably walk again.
Yeah, really. A hold of curling iron.
But she'll be going to prison for a while. I had a client at
Yeah, I
one
would
time.
think so.
She slapped me.
She's still alive?
Yeah, she slapped me.
Did you know? Is
I'm
she
gonna
still
she
alive?
was a dancer. No, listen to this. She really was
You didn't put her
smelly.
head through a plate of glass and
Right.
take it back out again?
I didn't.
Right.
I didn't finish.
Oh, okay. Go
She
ahead.
slapped me and she pinched
Sorry
me.
about that.
Let me
She
go
had
get some popcorn.
She had
This is gonna be a long story.
cockroach crawling out of her head.
She had what?
A cockroach. And I told her.
Ugh.
And she would come in and there was this old hairdresser and
Shit.
he would sit there and drool because she would wear her tights that she wore teaching dance. But she was smelly and dirty. And you could always see the outliner of her hoo-hoo. And he would just sit there and drool, but she slapped me. I pushed her head
Did the cockroach come out of her hoo-hoo?
in her woo-woo, her vagina.
Yeah, I know what that meant, but did
No,
the cockroach come
came
out of her
hair.
vagina?
Out of her hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just
And all
checking
I
'cause
did was
that's
tell
bad
her,
news.
there's cockroach
In your hair.
in her hair. I had one
And
woman,
She slapped you
Ugh.
because of that.
yes, and pinched me.
And pinched
And I
you.
just reacted. I pushed her head, you know how this is, down like that and slammed it.
On the table.
But she kept going to me. She kept going to me.
She kept going to you.
She was a continuing customer after
Yes,
that?
she continued to see me.
Let
Well,
me
you
get
should've-
this straight.
You should have cut her off.
I'm s-
Well, sometimes you
Cockroach
don't because
in the hair.
you have
Yo,
to think about the
Be
money.
bringing your cockroach hair up in here?
Oh, I had one come
Right, I'm here.
one time, and this was last year. I went to do her hair, and I see something crawling. She had live lice in her hair, and she was old. And I backed up. I
Jeebus.
said,
Damn.
"You have lice in your hair," and she started crying. She's very old, and I said, "It's nothing to cry about. You could have got this anywhere. You could have been leaning back on something where maybe someone that had lice, the bug got on there." But there was more than one. There was a farm going on.
Damn.
I threw
How old
away
was she?
everything. She's like 85.
Poor thing.
Okay, but she was dying then. You know what happens when you die? You get in the
wasn't dying.
ground and
She's
earthworms and
very
lice getting up in
healthy.
your body.
She's very
You know,
healthy.
she's the walking dead.
No, she isn't.
She's still alive?
Yes, I'm gonna see her. She's very healthy.
Damn.
I don't know lices. And, how healthy is that?
Anybody can get lice. When your kids go to elementary, they're gonna get lice
No.
at least 3 times a year.
No, I understand that. I'm not talking somebody of an advanced age who obviously will take a dirt nap soon, and she's probably just going through
She's very
early
clean,
death.
and she doesn't have nobody that has to take care of her. It just so happens she probably went somewhere and maybe had her. I don't do hair. I only do hair pieces and braids and extensions. She probably went somewhere, and some hairdresser probably don't disinfect their stuff. I mean, I threw everything out.
You didn't have a can of
I threw
Raid?
the comb. No, I sent her somewhere where they helped get them off of her. And that,
Okay.
it can happen to anybody. Your kids go to school, and what do kids do? They lean up to take selfies. That's why now there's so many lice, because it's not about sharing a brush. They take selfies, and they're leaning all up on each other's. Lice is really bad in schools.
Yeah, I remember being concerned about that when my kids were in school, but fortunately they never came down with anything like
Well,
that.
a lot of times, years ago, people used to, especially people of color, would grease their hair
Yeah.
and keep a lot of oil sheen in it. They can't get on that.
Oh, they
The aides
slide
can't.
off.
They slide off. So a lot of times, a lot of children of color do not get lice because of that.
Mm.
But anybody can get lice. It doesn't mean anybody's dirty. That's why I was telling you with scabies, kids get that in schools. And it's not because they're
Mm.
dirty. Somebody has it, and it's very, very contagious.
Mm, 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 mm.
It's like I went to touch a cat the other day, and the woman goes, "Don't touch him because we think he has ringworms." I'm like,
Mm. You think?
Hmm.
And it seems to me that they should take that cat to the doctor and get that taken care of.
they were treating it, but it
Yeah.
doesn't just happen overnight.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, Carol? I want to ask you a question. What are the names of your cats again?
Let's see, my girl cat is called Her because she's a girl. My medium cat, because he only weighed a pound when I got him, he was the runt. I call him Little Man because he really acts like a man. If anybody, Lee's met him, he really acts like he's a human. And my big cat, his real name is Him, but because he's rather large, I call him Fat Boy. And he comes to Fat Boy. If I holler for him, he comes trumping down the stairs. They all know their name.
Mm.
But that's the best way to call your cats. Give them a name that you can not forget.
You know, most cats that I've been around, they don't respond to names.
Oh, my cats do.
That's interesting.
I had a cat years ago, and her name was Cat. You know, call your dog Dog.
Sure. Come here, dog.
Little Man and Fat. You know, the reason why I was asking because that was a movie title. It was called Fat Man and Little Boy.
Really?
No, his name
An actual movie.
his name came because he was only weighed a pound. The breeder probably was going to kill him
Oh, he's
because
obese.
my client bought. No, he was too little, and my client bought them for me. So when a rich person goes in, they just sell them whatever. So I had to basically really get him healthy. He's had surgery already on his eyes, and he loves me. He loves me. He'll sit and just stare at me. Actually, all three of them do. When they're ready to go to bed into my room, all three of them sit and wherever I'm sitting, and they're all staring like, come on, let's go in the room now.
Let's go to sleep.
I have one cat, and anybody that's at my house will tell you I'm not lying. I can say to him, hey, you want your hair combed? And he goes, meow. I go, you want it combed now? Meow. And he runs to the room now. If I don't follow him, he comes back out and he starts screaming at me. You know, hey, what's that? He loves his hair brushed. He will lay on his back, take his front paws and hold on to my hand that's free, hugging it and closes his eyes.
Wow.
So to me, it's how you treat an animal. I'm pretty good with animals.
Yeah.
Even at the beach, if you go to the beach with me, you will see animals come running up to me. And I don't give them treats. They just like me. Animals know when you like them.
Would you walk?
Oh,
that,
yeah, of course.
would you have your body painted?
Yeah, I did that years ago for Budweiser.
And did you go out in public?
Well, people got to paint on me.
They what?
They were able to paint on me.
Yeah.
That's what Budweiser had them doing.
Yeah, I was just reading an article here where this model.
Oh, I painted when I
Painted.
lived in Hollywood. I was like a hippie. I painted and walked down Hollywood naked,
Really?
but you couldn't tell I was naked.
Yeah, that's what this model just did.
I was never embarrassed over my body. I used to walk around my house naked.
Well, I think most people do that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't care if my friends seen me.
Oh,
I-
you did it with people around.
I didn't care.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I don't feel you should have to hide it in your house. It's like my sister was here recently, and she was sleeping in my bed. She's so small, I forgot she was there at times.
Mhm.
And I went by the bathroom and I took my clothes off, and I guess she woke up and was looking in the mirror. She said, "I can't." She said, "I seen you. I could see you naked." I said, "Did I look okay?" She said, "Yeah, you really do." Just figure, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I've
And
kind
that's
of taught
great.
my kids breasts. I don't have a problem with a woman nursing babies in public. There's nothing wrong with that.
I
They
don't
they
think
did
so.
that for years from the time world
That's right.
began. Women did that, and I don't have a problem with women bearing their breasts if it's done tasteful.
Well, I think that's the
I
key.
do
Yeah,
not
like
have
a
a
taste it.
problem. Like people say, does it bother you that Sky shows her breasts? I said, well, the first time she showed it, it was like a scene in the shower, and it was like she did her album cover because it was one of the album covers banned from a lot of different places, which was kind of funny because most of your top rockers have been banned because of their album covers. Remember years ago, I don't know if it was Ohio Players, they put honey all over this girl
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
she
that
was nude, so I'm sure that one was banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't teach my kids to
Yeah,
be
name of that album was
ashamed
Honey.
of their bodies. And I mean, she recently did something else, and it doesn't bother me. Now, I would be very upset if she showed her private parts. I would be furious, but she wouldn't do that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, not to you guys, but I would have a problem there. Breasts doesn't bother me,
Well, I'm sorry.
not in the least
Yeah, but
bit.
breast, I mean, like you just said before, Carol, if it's done tastefully, that's fine.
Well,
and if
even
a woman allow me
nudity.
to taste it, I will be fine with it.
Nasty thing. I was at the beach the other day, and I'm sure you guys wish you were there. I looked down, and this photographer was photographing this pregnant girl. She had nothing on, and they had a robe, and they were taking pictures at first with the robe, and then they had her drop the robe. It didn't bother me in the least bit. I thought that was beautiful. My oldest daughter took a picture naked when she was pregnant, and I think I still have a copy. Maybe I do, but it was so beautifully done. It's how something's done. You
Yeah.
know.
And the mindset of the person that's looking at it. Because you can do something really tastefully and classy, and then somebody's eyes going to say, yeah, that's not nice.
9 times out of 10, it's a woman or a man that don't look too good themselves. A woman that doesn't work out or isn't out there.
Yeah.
Somebody like Charles Butler because of what he's went through
don't
in
even
life.
bring him up.
Oh, well, I
Come
have
on.
him on my page today.
No,
I
no,
want
no.
you to see something.
Invoke his name. Don't say that.
Don't
No,
even.
I have something
I'm
that
glad
I
the lines are not
literally
working.
put on my page. I locked it up, but I really want to show it. Just how ignorant people are.
Yeah.
How ignorant he is. It isn't just
Well, you know,
foreign people that don't want their kids to have shots. It's people from our own country that don't want. But from the time I was a kid, we always had shots, so you don't catch certain things. All this new stuff, it causes autism. Then there'd be a whole lot more kids with autism. 9 times out of 10, a lot of kids that are born with autism, it's when a person has a baby later in life
Right.
or Down syndrome later in life. And
Yep.
that's why it's okay to have an abortion. To me, it isn't a baby when you're 2 months along. It's not a baby.
Well, that's the ongoing fight
I've had an abortion.
and argument. Well, that I think it's a choice.
Well, their choice is if a woman gets raped and she's pregnant, she has to carry the baby, and the father that raped her is allowed to see the baby. Now, that's bullshit.
That's beyond bullshit.
I don't know what's wrong with
Yeah,
these
for
new
real.
people.
He shouldn't be able to
That's
see
bullshit.
anything. He should be in
Bovine.
jail.
But you know what they're really doing? They're covering their asses because if you look up a lot of them, they have had sexual harassment charges and they get away with it. They're trying to create a country like India or in the Arab countries where the woman gets raped and she gets beat to death for getting raped.
No,
The father
that
will
makes
beat
no
her or
sense.
the neighbors. And
None
doesn't make
whatsoever.
sense to me either. Rape is rape.
See, now I don't understand the rape thing. I mean, there's so much free sex out here.
Thank you.
Why would you have to rape someone?
Well, a good example,
I
Instagram.
don't get that.
This girl yesterday, a young black girl, met a guy on Instagram. She went and met him. She got drunk. There were pictures of all the drinks they were drinking. When she came to, she was at a place. He probably thought she was dead. And she was beaten something horrible. Some of the stuff she'll never get rid of. He tried to say she did something to him, but he posted this. He posted something. But reading her story was very, very sad to me because I think this could happen to a man or a woman. You could pick up the wrong person.
Yeah, well, that's a lesson there to
Yeah, it was all over Facebook
Be-
yesterday.
don't go dating people from these social media
Well,
platforms.
she said he seemed very nice. He was younger.
Oh.
I think she was like 33.
Mm.
Real pretty young black woman. Just you should have seen her
Mm.
face. And so it proves, don't get drunk don't get drunk at all. You don't know what somebody's going to drop in something.
That's true. Yeah, you gotta see. Those are real sad stories that come out like that, and I don't understand the thinking. Are people that desperate for companionship or
Well-
friendship that they put themselves in harm's way?
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like I'm blaming the girl. I am to a certain
no, of course
degree,
not.
but
are?
I am for bad judgment, and then for the guy or the guys involved in this, you are low life scum, pieces of you know what. And you should never, never, never take advantage of a woman like that. Never.
Yeah, but see, there's men, they get a kick out of that.
Well, they need to be locked up.
I had
and
a
cut
guy
their
once drop
penises off.
acid in something. But fortunately, I had taken acid before. I tried it once, maybe twice.
I believe you.
But I know how to handle myself. And I guess he thought he was going to get something. But
Yeah.
that was a mistake. Because what I seen coming at me was a skeleton. I mean, when you take acid,
You start
which I
tripping.
would never tell any kids to take that. Now it's worse. And back then people jumped off roofs and that. I guess I was a strong person, but I would never advise anybody to take it because you see things that you don't want to see. I can remember looking in a mirror and watching my face turn to death. I can remember sitting and looking at a pineapple for hours, watching it lean and go back and forth and just sort. But there's people where mentally they
good
couldn't
night.
handle something like that.
Yeah.
So I really tell young kids, just through my own experience, you don't need to take drugs. You don't need to drink. I'm a fun person and I don't drink. I will hit weed once in a while, but very, very seldom. I really don't smoke anymore. So a lot of
That's a
things,
whole different tripping, Lee.
Yeah. That's serious.
it's
tripping.
like you try to tell kids, don't take ecstasy. Ecstasy goes back to something they used to tranquilize, I think, elephants and is it monkeys or something?
Yeah, I think. there's
And
some
I had a
form of
client that was
tranquilizer.
selling this and sold some to my kids. And I told her, don't ever do that again because I'll report your ass so fast you won't know what hit you. But now it's a very dangerous drug. It's called mollies and ecstasy. There's kids that are dying from this. It's not the same. Even your weed, and this is one of the reasons I don't smoke. Weed isn't what it used to be. You have to be very careful because they're putting stuff in weed. It's very
that's true.
dangerous.
Now, what about these facilities that you go to buy the stuff from? Is
Same
that-
thing. You can buy an edible. I know somebody that bought an edible and they had to call an ambulance. They were in the hospital for a couple days.
So that it's not regulated and controlled?
No, if it's not. If you're going to have an edible, have someone like me. I used to make these.
No. I'm saying there's no government control like the
No,
FDA.
no.
So they
Why
don't-
would there be now? Especially when they want to take away all this stuff, pesticide. They want the world to be. They want coal again, things that destroy the earth. Look at the oil well yesterday in the pipeline in South Dakota. It's leaking oil.
No, well,
It's not even built yet.
We've been saying that from day one.
Yeah.
It's not.
No,
you
this
know,
is the
it's
one
just
in
a matter
South
of
Dakota
when
now.
it's going to happen.
So I'm just saying stuff that goes into weed and stuff now, it's very dangerous. If you're going to eat an edible, you get somebody that goes and buys the shake, and they make that edible.
Okay, but let me make sure I understand how this thing works. So if I have a
Medical card?
no. Well, that's the person that's buying it. But if I'm the seller of these different types of marijuana, there's no regulations saying who I can buy this stuff from, and the people that are growing it are not under any kind of regulations?
I don't know what the new laws are going to be. I just
No,
know
I mean,
that.
what are they now? Just for the
I don't know if
medical
it's has
purposes?
it went through in California.
Well, yeah, we passed it, but it's not. I don't think it's active yet.
No, because they got to figure out how the rich man could
Oh, yeah. You gotta
be the
figure out
one
the
to
tax
make the
structure.
money. They're closing all the small people down, and I've heard somebody that made menthol cigarettes is coming out with packs of it in a cigarette thing. So they're working on how can they make the money, the
Yeah.
rich people,
Yeah.
as usual. It's like anything that's done. I mean, that's why right now you can actually grow 6 plants of your own and not put stuff to it. You are allowed 6 plants. I can't have it because my cats would eat it.
Well, that'd be mellow.
Well, my cats do catnip, and it makes
Yeah.
them mellow. They like the smell of a Bengay or something. One of them does.
Ben Gay?
Get
They like
high
the
as hell.
smell of a menthol.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Roshan Vance is asking why we're not on Facebook Live. We are. Let me double check, but my equipment is telling me we're streaming. Boom, boom, boom.
I have a friend that always
Let's
texts
check
me.
it out. Let's check it out. Can you see it on your end?
Yeah, check that, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure which we're streaming it to 2 different places: the Power of Voices and my page, Lee Michaels. Lee Michaels, Lee Michaels, Lee Michaels. Call for you on line 1.
I see yesterday. I see today. I see where you were scratching your head or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's the Power of the Voice one.
My son Corey just texted me and said the states oversee the dispensaries. So that's what I was
Okay.
thinking. There had to be some kind of
Yeah, because my one
Control.
friend got shut down
State-
because he
state
was
to state
selling
basis.
wax.
And I would think there's some kind of, approval of the growers of the weed. I mean, I would. They can't buy it from the guy down the street, Bubba and them, So there has to be some kind of control on that. I would think. I'm hoping. I hope.
Oh, of course.
You're live because say something.
Yeah, I'm saying something.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you come in
Yeah.
after.
What
Say something.
what page are you on? The Power Voices page or
Yeah,
my page? Okay.
Well, Laura's on this one.
What do you mean Laura's on this one?
I just seen her in
On the
there.
Lee Michaels page.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where Laura is.
Oh, okay. Now, what about the Power Voices page? Let's pull that up. Let's see what we got here. Unless they got us in Facebook jail over there. I don't know.
Oh, Laura, I probably changed that subject because I forgot to take my medicine this morning. You know, I take medicine for ADHD, so I can't. It's hard for me to stay on a subject.
What about XYZ? Do you take medication for that? You need one for all the alphabets, okay? You just all of them. Every last one of them. But it's all good. We love you anyway. We keep you around because you
I don't know
Add
if
a little
Apollo
spice.
is listening, but I'm giving you my condolences for your uncle.
That's right.
You just read my mind, yeah.
Yeah.
About his uncle.
So
Condolences,
sorry to hear that.
Apollo.
Yeah, because I know he had mentioned his uncle's illness, and
Well, he wrote a great little thing. He said, what did he say? He's known him for 7 years now.
Right, that's correct, yes.
And he told about him, and I didn't really realize how religious he is.
okay. Roshan Van says he can see it now, but for the past several weeks, he hadn't been getting any notifications. Are you following the page? And you have to click on the notifications, and maybe that was disabled inadvertently, or you woke up in the middle of the night and said, "The hell with that Lee Michaels guy! I'm not going to listen to his shit no more," and disabled it. It could be,
I like
That
brown
sounds familiar.
sugar
We must
too,
have the
Laura.
same people coming after us, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
damn
so
Chris Bates. I got tired of his ass anyway.
that's right. So our condolences goes out to Apollo and his family and the loss of his uncle.
Yeah, prayers to his family,
Yeah.
absolutely, and to Apollo. That's it's never easy. But in this situation, like Carol said about what he wrote, you just met him 7 years ago. So that's a 7-year blessing.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, when he comes back on, we'll talk to
You
him
know,
about it.
growing up, I didn't really know any of my mother's relatives or my father's.
No?
I never really had a grandmother or uncles or aunts till she died. So I envy people that have that.
Yeah, I've got my family is dwindling away as well. I have one sister left and
Well, they were all alive.
Couple
We just
cousins.
never knew them.
my aunt Vivian. You're talking about a fantastic person, loving, caring, and smart. She was a school teacher, a real school teacher that cared about those kids, went that extra mile, and funny. Oh my God, she's got to be approaching 90 now, and she gets around better than I do. She everything that comes at her, she beats it. You know, like, well, I'm Vivian. I don't know. Oh no, I ain't worried about it. She just keeps on moving. She's like the little ever-ready bunny, a little tiny thing too. That's my Uncle Bill's wife.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So I want to get back there this summer and see my family there in Virginia. That's where I'm from. Virginia is for lovers. I remember when they created that slogan. Yes, it hasn't been around forever.
You know, it was nice though having
yeah.
someone come in that I've seen on here, but to come in and see them live.
Right. Oh, you're talking about a guy?
Even though they
Guy Black?
ditched me when they went to eat.
They ditched you.
They didn't even ask me, do you want to go,
Well, I
Carol?
didn't think you wanted to hang out with two radio guys talking, radio shit. You
I
hear
sat
that all the
here
time.
and listened to you guys.
Right. But
No,
didn't think
I
you
wouldn't have
would.
went with you. I thought I had a client and I rushed home.
It was no good, huh?
Yeah, she said it's today.
Oh.
It's really hard for me with her though, because I've got to get her in my car. She's in a walker, so I have to go up to the front gate, get her in the car, then get the walker in the car, then go to the garage, take the walker out of the car, then put her onto the walker, get her to the elevator, get her to my door, get her up these 2 stairs to get into it, then down 2 stairs, then get the walker in the house. It's really a lot of work. I'm almost thinking of going to the senior citizen place she lives in.
Yeah, do it there. You can't do it
Well, when I mentioned it, she's like, but I enjoy coming out and seeing you.
there? Yeah.
Then she loses her wallet, loses her glasses. I have to take her to the bank. I forgot that part. Take the walker out because she doesn't go get the money first, and she doesn't write checks. So it's really, I feel like a caregiver at the time.
Well, you are.
But she's
Yeah.
been with me so many years. It's like,
Yeah.
I hope somebody treats me like that.
No, they're not going to do that.
I ain't going to be here to be like
You
that.
get that. That's not going to
I've
happen.
already made up my mind.
They're going to block your phone number. So,
Hey,
oh,
Lee, you
hell
mentioned
no.
about-
Carol.
You mentioned Virginia's for Lovers, the slogan.
Yeah.
If I were you, I'd be very, very careful because I hate to be the one to tell you this. But Laura writes, does her program still come on thepowerofvoices.com or have you got rid of it?
No, it still comes on Monday, Wednesday, and
Okay,
Friday.
what's it? Monday, Wednesday, and Friday?
Yeah.
What's
And
it,
sometimes on-
noon your time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
right,
Where you
gotcha.
headed with this?
Now, what I'm heading was that she actually said a few days ago in the chat that she was a pimp and she likes to pimp you out.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I would check her on that, man.
Yeah, I did. In fact, she said that to me on the phone, and I felt so violated.
Yeah, but she
I
didn't
felt
call
cheap.
you. She didn't call you a trick.
Well, more or less.
Might
No,
as well.
if she's pimping you out, you the hoe.
Well, that's and I said, well, how much
But that's
money?
the point, right?
How much
He
money
is
am I
not a
gonna get?
man whore.
Yeah, she said you ain't gonna get shit. I'm gonna keep you clothed and I'm gonna pimp you out there. You ain't gonna get nothing. I said, I'm not gonna get nothing.
I tried to get him a woman that, and
Yeah.
he thought I was kidding.
A
Yeah, I
woman
did.
that's clean.
Yeah, she's got to be
Oh,
clean and
this
got a lot of
woman
money.
isn't looking for. She just wanted an escort. And he thought I was joking.
I did.
I was not joking.
Mm.
Oh, what happened?
You still got her number?
No, it's too late.
Too late, baby. It's too late. Oh well, missed my big opportunity
Over Weber.
to be pimped out.
Did you see that bus driver? Was that in New York? Was that yesterday when she saved all those kids?
No, I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to
South Carolina.
I'm sorry. I got to interrupt this real quick. I'm sorry. Going back to Laura real quick. See, this is when I have to come forward. I am not a hoe. And she typed in this damn thing. I'm her hoe too. No, you got it wrong, baby. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I am not a hoe. I
Well,
will
I've
become a
heard you-
man whore down the road, but not now.
Oh yeah.
She did a facelift. Maybe
Big
you are
time.
a hoe to her.
No, well, well, once again, you're living stupidly because get it right.
She's just teasing
It's a
you.
reality check. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just letting her know, and she knows this for sure, that you got to be careful what you type in because you're coming off very stupid. So don't type stuff like that.
Well, she might not be all wrong. I bet you were a hoe
Well, she's
one
wrong in
time,
this
once
category.
upon a time.
I don't know.
What,
He
that she was a
doesn't.
hoe?
He don't
No, I'm
strike
talking
me to
about
be
you.
that kind of man.
No. Well, a man whore? Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I was. Yes.
Oh, you were. Oh,
Yeah.
well, you're not now.
Yes. I own up to it. I admit it, but I had nobody pimping me out. I was an independent man whore.
You were giving it up for free.
Hey, man. Hey, it was what it was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I gotta lose this weight and get back into man whore shape.
Yeah. Well, you got to go through a little training. Me too.
Exactly.
I couldn't get out there. They'd be saying, "No, how much you gonna pay me?" Oh no, I'm not paying you. You're gonna pay me.
That's right.
Carol found a picture of what's her name? Ugly face.
Kellyanne Conway,
Kellyanne
Crypt
Conway.
Keeper.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely had either
Yeah,
somebody has
people go,
photoshopped her.
No, this person, she's a director producer. She went to that. She goes, so now we know why Kelly Conway's been hiding. She altered her face, can't cut out, needs more. Her administrative specialty.
Okay.
Look, you can tell
Was this
she
on-
did.
on-
Look.
Is this on your Facebook page?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
boy.
let me see if I
See,
can go.
ugly
Find
is to the bone. You can't you can't
No, she looks pretty
sculpt her
good
ugly.
now, huh?
it. Well, all the wrinkles are gone, but she's still, I mean, it looks like her. I'm sure it looks like her from when she was maybe in her 20s. I don't know how old she is, but she is one crazy woman. I know that.
Did you see that where this Arab family was at the beach and this white guy went up? I have a video. It was horrible. How he started screaming. A lot of, and I'm not saying, I know none of my white friends trip like this, but I'm noticing a lot of white people have become very feeling they are superior. And what are they superior in? I'm really seeing more and more of this. Like the little girl that the 31-year-old teacher told her to take her hood off. So she went out and, well, she wasn't a little girl. She was 8 years old. Well, that's a little girl. And he ripped the thing off her head. He had no right doing that.
Not at all. Looks like Apollo just joined us. Apollo?
Oh,
What's up, brother?
Everything.
Condolences to
family.
your uncle, man. Yeah, condolences, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I just, it was crazy. We didn't expect it to happen that quickly. We got him home. They got him home last night, and I was going to see him today, but he'd been trying to get home for a minute. I guess he just wanted to die at home, and that's what he did. So I didn't.
Okay.
Is he was he near you or?
Yeah, he lived about. Well, I mean, his home was about 8 miles from my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, definitely.
He'd been in a nursing home and a rehab hospital for the past month.
Okay.
But it had just, man, he had so many issues. I mean, he had a defibrillator, pacemaker in, he had diabetes, His kidneys started shutting down.
Yeah.
His heart was functioning at 12%. So it was
Yeah.
time. you
Yeah, it
know?
was ready to go home.
So, I was able to
suffering.
grieve this morning and cry, and I got
Yeah.
that out. Caught me a 12 noon meeting and just got back.
Well, again,
I'm good.
Yeah. We all send out our condolences and prayers to you and your family.
Well, I just found him 7 years ago, man. I didn't even know he existed till he was 73, and I
Wow.
discovered him. And so part of me was like, God, I wish I'd never found him, because now I wouldn't be feeling this. But then I was sitting out on the porch last night, and God, they say God speaks to you, but I mean, I had this revelation that because we found him, he was so happy to have finally connected with this side of his family. So
Sure.
instead of being selfish and thinking about my own grief, I should be happy that we brought him 7 years of happiness. you know?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
7
that's the
years of
only way to
blessings,
look
man.
at that.
7 years.
Definitely.
So yeah. So anyway, thank you guys. I just want to get into the show, and that's why I chimed in today, because I thought it would take my mind off of it. So
Yeah.
switch gears. I love y'all. Thank you for that, though.
No, we love you more. And we're
Well,
here to
absolutely.
support you and lift you up.
I appreciate it. Have y'all talked about the Russians meeting Trump yesterday?
No, we haven't touched on that yet.
So is it, can I, or did I just, I don't want to come in and change the subject. So,
No, I think
No,
we're
go
kinda-
ahead. Carol
we're
does.
kinda-
Go right ahead.
I was talking about lice.
No, so is it, to me, it's weird that yesterday Trump met with the Russian, what's the guy's name he met with yesterday? I'm not a journalist, so I will screw up a name or two. Sergey Lavrov. Lavrov.
some shit
Yeah, that's
like
close
that.
enough. I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the day after the FBI director was fired, who was investigating his ties to Russia,
Right.
we wake up the next day and see the Russian foreign minister, Sergey Lavrov, with Henry Kissinger in the White House, in the Oval Office,
Right.
and the Russian state media was granted full access, but none of the United States press was even allowed in there.
Exactly.
Is that a get on these nuts from the president, or is that a
Absolutely.
get on these nuts from the president?
Absolutely, on both.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
One
he's
nut
basically
each.
Yeah.
he's basically saying, yeah, I'm the president, but I mean, he's trying to.
That's
if his
un-American.
handlers
Come on.
are
Come on.
handlers are saying we need to get away from this Nixonian comparison. Henry Kissinger was not the guy to have in your Oval Office the next morning.
well, it's just showing his gross disrespect for America. And to not allow American journalists in this meeting, whatever, even if it's no more than for a photo op.
Well, I mean,
it's
not allowing
un-American.
the American, not allowing the United States media was okay, but to not allow them and allow the Russian media was
Yeah.
a slap. That's the people's
Well,
house.
they made
That's
fun
not
of
the
us over
Russians'
that.
house.
That's right.
That's our house. You can't let Russia in our house when we're investigating you for having ties to Russia, and not let us in there too.
Well, he just did. So he said, screw you, America, one more time. When are we going to wake up and realize this guy is moving towards a
Get a
dictatorship?
Republican on the phone who can defend this. Get that crazy white boy to be on his show. So how can he defend that?
Yeah.
What, Jesse T?
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is. He's drinking some tea, some damn fox tea. That's what he's drinking.
Yeah, he's full of that.
Well, I think the
I don't know if
Kennedy
he's full
guy
of-
came on and he said something.
Who came?
The young Kennedy guy,
Yeah.
the redhead. I think
John,
he'll
yeah.
be president
Patrick
one day.
Patrick
Patrick.
Kennedy.
Yeah, I think he'll be our president
Yeah.
one day. I might not be
No,
alive.
that'll
but
never happen.
I think so, though.
He's got too many problems.
Oh, no, I
too
think
much
he's great.
Nah.
Well,
But you're right. I'm sorry. It's a beyond an insult, because the man has already said pretty much that in his life, Russia comes first. And not only in his personal life, he's already transferred it to his public life, and everybody knows this. What he has done completely 180. He has changed the White House as we know it to him and his Russian ties. So you might as well call it the Russian house at one point, because anytime you want to be against the current media, that's fine. But to not allow them to even be there when this major story is there, not only is it an insult, but it's going to be all-out war, if not more so already, about our current press against this president.
Yeah. He wants to make sure that the Russian people get a positive message from him, but we're not allowed to find out and hear firsthand what kind of discussions
I
or
think
whatever
he's
it
working
was.
with it. I really believe
Well,
they
it's
stole
clear.
the election.
It's clear. It's absolutely clear. And I'd like to have someone to translate what was happening, what was shown there in Russia, and see what the spin is over there. For what it's worth.
Yeah.
But
I think they did show pictures, the Russian press.
Well, I'm sure they did. They were there in the room.
Yeah, but you had to be in Russia to see it.
Right.
No, there was something on the thing. I just didn't
I
share
saw
it.
some pictures,
Yeah.
but hey, Lee, let me ask you, why? Because you were alive and coherent and able to take in all the Watergate years.
That's an assumption that I was alive and coherent.
Well,
but yeah.
based on what you tell me and your lack of chemicals in your life. Why do we not still have recording devices in the Oval Office just for historical document? I mean, why? I think all presidents, everything that happens in there should be recorded.
Well, because they don't want to get busted.
Why did Nixon have it then?
Because I don't know why. I would just assume that maybe for his library purposes, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
And Trump's library would be in a porn theater, most likely.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
A porn bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Rolling.
The grab them by the
Yeah.
tour.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that's a good question. And maybe because of the outcome of the Nixon situation, which basically indicted him and convicted him because it was in his own words.
Yeah.
Maybe that's one of those kind of things. And maybe it does exist and it's just not talked about.
So you think if he is impeached or he does have to resign this is the when they talk about history repeating itself, the thing the thing that's going to take away my celebratory nature if he does have to resign is that just like Gerald Ford did, the day he resigns, Pence will pardon him.
Well, that's a
Yeah, I can see
possibility.
that to some degree,
I mean,
yeah.
the new president would have the ability to do that legally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they prove that they rigged this election by what he did,
I think the whole cabinet needs to
I
be
think they
deleted.
should all
Well,
be
I mean,
gone.
There's so many different areas we can impeach him on. What about this visa where people donate $500,000 to his son-in-law's building that's going to have his name on it? If that's not impeachable, there's so many different areas we can hit him with.
You would think.
There's too many angles.
but
It's the
wasn't-
classic house of cards falling.
Wasn't that a law before he came into office?
No,
that-
he signed that. That was his only piece of legislation that passed that he signed. But that one clause was tucked away on like page 473 in that bill. I don't know if he put that in there. He signed it. I can tell you if you give me 1 second to scroll down here. Let's see. Yeah, let's see.
That's messed
where I
up.
put it. I'm sorry. I should have had that handy if I was going to talk about it.
Who are you texting? I'm messing with
Oh.
Lee.
I'm texting a lawyer friend of mine asking the question about this whole impeachment. If we found that it would have to go beyond impeachment. If we found that this election was tampered, it seems to me that it would become null and void.
Wasn't
and
that basically what
Yeah.
Romney is telling?
Let's see. It was the first piece of major legislation that President Trump signed into law, and buried on page 734 was one sentence that brought a potential benefit to the president's family. Renewal of a program offering renewal. There
Yeah.
we go. That's where
Yeah, I thought I had
renewal
read
of a program offering permanent residence in the United States to affluent foreigners investing money into real estate projects here. Just hours after the appropriations measure was signed, the company run and by Mr. Trump's son-in-law and top advisor, Jared Kushner, was urging wealthy Chinese in Beijing to consider investing $500,000 each into a pair of New Jersey luxury apartment towers the family owned. Kushner Companies plans to build. Mr. Kushner was even cited at a marketing presentation by his sister.
Yep.
Yeah, so the EB-5 visa, yeah, that's a tremendous amount of that's terribly a conflict. So they should not be able to benefit from that law at all while they're running the White House. They should be it should be exclusionary to anything that they can participate in.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong in thinking that?
No, I don't think you are.
If you're currently running the country, you should not be able to conduct private business that would benefit. And they say, well, it's in a trust. Well, that's fine. You put things in a trust and let somebody run them. But if your value increases $2 billion while it was in a trust as a result of legislation that you have pimped and manipulated, that's a conflict of interest.
And when he's out of office, he goes back and takes control of the company and and enjoys the benefit of the shit that he was doing to emphasize the success or help that company become successful, like putting in that little one-liner, buried 700 and some pages into the bill. So,
well, it's the law.
Yeah.
It's the law. Well, so is prostitution in Nevada. So, Ivanka, you go out there and I'll come buy me some. How about that?
The conflict of interest going on since the beginning of time is just that this administration is way out in the open with it. So that's the problem. We've never really seen it before. We've always heard rumors and innuendos and rumblings, and some were actually true. But this current administration has no experience in government or cloak and dagger type mentality, is already out there in the forum. So everybody can see it. Even Ray Charles, the state he's in right now, can see it. So
Ray.
everybody can see it.
You mean Steve?
Ray out of hip, right. That's right. So if Ray can see it, we all can see it. And that's the problem is that with 45 and everything that he's doing, and obviously his connections to Russia, what they have to do is, it will be, of course, a lot of time consuming, but get an independent investigation and get him out of office. Either they're going to impeach him, or going back to what we said about conflict of interest, or Amendment 25 that deals with the presidency when it comes to assassination, unfortunately, or to prove the president is unfit to run office.
Yeah. I think we all agree that it's a definite conflict of interest. And I'm glad you corrected me on that, Lee. It was a renewal of a current law, an extension.
Yeah.
But I think the appropriate thing to do would be like, you know what, this law was in effect, but I'm going to remove it so that it doesn't bring any conflict of interest to my presidency and distract us.
That's what I would have done. But, this guy is obviously looking out for his own best interests.
Well, you know what? And a great example of that is on a small level here in my hometown. There's one of our city council members owns a restaurant called Abel's Family Restaurant, and he's also on the zoning board. So when Cracker Barrel was trying to build a restaurant right off of I-40, he said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to vote on that because it would be a conflict of interest. Obviously, I don't want that restaurant 2 doors down from my restaurant, so I will have to pull out. I can't vote on that. It would be a conflict of interest for me to vote on that.
Right.
And I respected him, and he's a Republican. I'm like, that's respectable.
Right.
Exactly. Did you read the memo, the Steve Harvey memo?
I have not.
I have it in front of me. Can I read it?
Of course. Go ahead.
We talked about this yesterday, about him firing his entire... This is the memo he sent to his staff. Here we go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'd like you all to review and adhere to the following notes and rules for Season 5 of my talk show. There will be no meetings in my dressing room, no stopping by or popping in, no one. Do not come to my dressing room unless invited. Do not open my dressing room door. If you open my door, expect to be removed. My security team will stop everyone from standing at my door who have the intent to see or speak to me. I want all the ambushing to stop now. That includes TV staff. You must schedule an appointment. I've been taken advantage of by my lenient policy in the past. This ends now, no more. Do not approach me while I'm in the makeup chair unless I ask to speak with you directly. Either knock or use the doorbell. I am seeking more free time for me throughout the day. Do not wait in the hallway to speak to me. I hate being ambushed. Please make an appointment. I promise you I will not entertain you in the hallway, and do not attempt to walk with me or speak to me. If you're reading this, yes, I mean you. Everyone, do not take offense of the new way of doing business. It is for the good of my personal life and the enjoyment. Thank you all, Steve Harvey. He sent that out after everybody was told they were fired.
So when is the end of this production?
I don't know.
When
This would-
when is it the drop dead date? When do I stop coming to work? Are they still
I
in?
would just, you know what? If I were them, I'd just quit going now. Now,
Yeah.
do your show by yourself. Since
You wanna
your
be
staff
alone?
Can't talk to you.
Well, you know what? Listen, in all
He's
fairness,
about to be alone
in all fairness,
because those you screw on the way up,
yeah, you get screwed on the way
you got to
down.
pass on the way down.
Yep. Now, in all fairness, I understand his dilemma and what he's trying to achieve. I think there's a double-edged sword there. I think he's, because he's letting everybody go. It will also prevent them from ambushing him and begging for their jobs and all of
He
that.
could have articulated
He-
that a little better,
Absolutely,
don't you think?
absolutely, and that's exactly where I was headed. But
Right.
Even if this team was still going to be with him, to have the freedom, the privacy is that's okay. I understand that. I respect that. But again, he could have worded that differently, and it comes off a bit
Absolutely.
arrogant, and kind of not nice. And I think that he could have worded that nicely, more, so that people won't be offended for whatever amount of time that they got left to work together. If it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever, there's two ways of looking at that. He could have put up with it for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever the life is that he has to work with them, or worded that a lot differently. Say, in the transition here, I'm going to need some personal space, and this is not to be disrespectful to any of you. I love all of you, and we've had an incredible ride together. But I'm going to need some space. Please make appointments to meet with me, and this will be more efficient for all of us moving forward. Thank you. Love you. Let's keep rocking. And I just pulled that off the top of my head. But something like that, and I probably would embellish it. That would be my first write, and I would probably rewrite that a couple times. But, something softer like that, but get the point that, please no ambushing. And I understand that. Because if you're not well focused, when you get ambushed in the hallway and all of that, it takes you off your pace. It breaks your train of thought, your flow, your momentum, where you're headed. Maybe walking down that hallway of 30 or 40 or 50 feet or whatever it might be that moment that you need to have focus as you're walking into the studio to sit down in front of a camera. You just might need that moment. It might be 20 seconds, but that might be what your brain needs to make that transition. And talented people are quirky. I've worked with a lot of them. I get quirky at times. And I'm not
You
that
don't
talented.
say.
So it's a human thing. And real talented people are real quirky. And they have little things that they must have. And the people that work with them need to understand that and respect that, but in a tasteful way. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I see you say quirky.
Oh, yeah.
I say real talented people have a little more insanity than people
Yeah,
who, or I say
same.
creatively, artists, talent,
Yeah.
people who have a creative mind.
Yep.
I always say there are little doors in their mind propped open that the average 9 to 5 person, not saying that they don't have that, but they've never had access to
Yeah.
it because of their lifestyle. So that, and sometimes when you prop open those little Pandora's boxes of creativity, out comes a little bit of, what's the word?
Crazy.
Yeah, they're eclectic or,
Crazy. Quirky.
yeah, well, that's right.
Weird.
It,
But it's
Yeah.
okay. and those around him have to understand it, respect it, and manage that, and don't take it to
Yeah,
heart.
Michael Saunders,
Personal.
they once asked him in an interview, what's the most rewarding part of your job? And he said, working with high-profile talent. No, they said, what's the most challenging part of your job? He said, working with high-profile talent. What's the most rewarding part of your job? He said, the most challenging part of your job? He said, working with high-profile talent.
Right. It is.
So it's a double-edged sword. It's great and it's challenging, you know?
It is.
And I think
That's
you have
true.
to be built. Like Lee, I think you were anointed and built to work for high-profile talent. You're a level-headed leader, father figure, big brother figure, whatever the case. You were able to see the strengths in that person, find their weaknesses, and put reins on them and drive them through what they needed to get to find success. And
Right.
not everyone can do that.
And you know what I've learned early on, and once I made the transition from being an on-air personality to a program director, operations manager, and eventually general manager, I found that you must have a number of tools in your toolbox to work with different people. One tool, one approach is not good for everybody. So the tool that I used on a Doug Banks versus a Tom Joyner were two different tools, two different approaches, in other words. And with several other high-profile talent that I had the chance to work with. So you have, as a manager, you have to identify that approach and use the right approach for that particular individual. There were times when I would say to Doug Banks, Doug, you're messing up, man. You got to pull yourself together. And if you don't, I'm going to call your mama. Okay. He said, oh, no.
No, don't call mama.
No, don't
Come
call
on,
K.
Lee.
Don't call, we call her K girl. Don't call K girl, man. No. She can't be involved in this, Lee. I said, okay, well, hey, man.
That's funny.
Hey,
He's
look,
scared of mama.
and his mama told me,
Right.
if he gets out of line, Lee, you call me.
You call me.
You call me and I'm going to check him. Now, he was a full-grown ass man by then.
Right.
But she had a
Right.
way of approaching him, and he knew that I had that contact. I had her personal phone number, and he didn't want me to let her know that he was being a jackrabbit. So
That's funny.
yeah, and then another thing, as Kay died from cancer, and before she died, she asked me to make sure that Doug stayed on the straight and narrow, and that he
Right.
would stay focused and be a good person. And I gave her my word. I would do the best that I could to make that happen. Now, Tom Joyner, on the other hand, was a different approach. I couldn't treat him that way. I had to treat him with using a different tool, a different approch.
Cattle prod.
Yeah, and with Lawrence
Yeah.
Gregory Jones and Veronique
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Steve Gunn and all the other people that I work with, they were different. And when I worked up at KMEL in San Francisco, I had a high-profile morning team up there, London and Engelman. London was
John London
yeah, John London.
that went to the beat in L.A.
That's right.
Yeah, he shared some of his testimony recently. I had no idea the things he went through.
I don't know. I haven't seen that, but he was a
well,
tough cookie to deal with. He refused to.
I'll send that video to you privately, and you can watch it. One day.
Okay. When I first got to KMEL, I had one of my first sit-down morning meetings with him, and he didn't want to do it. He said he didn't feel like he needed to sit down with the program director / operations manager. And what could he tell me? I know what the hell I'm doing. So I said, okay. He came into the meeting, him and his buddy Engelman. Engelman was more laid back. He wasn't, out there crazy like that. And we had our first meeting, and he basically told me, ain't nothing you can tell me. I know what I'm doing, and I don't need your input. I said, well, this is not about me knowing more than you or you knowing more than me. It's about winning. And as long as I'm here as the program director, I'm going to have some discussion and have a critique session with you guys at least once a week. And he didn't want to do that. And he got up and walked out. And I walked behind him and I said, hey, man, are you resigning? Are you walking out of your job? Just tell me what you're doing. So I took it right there with him. And Engelman came out and talked with him, and they came back in. And so we had a new beginning from that point on. But, I didn't try to, bully him, and I wasn't going to let him bully me. But I had to let him know that this is about winning. And in our first book, the station went to the #1 music station in town. And I'm not saying that, just because I was there, it was a team effort. I had a good music director. He came to me with some great tunes to play. And after I got him to understand the composition of the kind of music that we needed to play to win, then that's what he brought to me. And then I gave the
Who
rubber
is
stamp.
Stan Lackey? Stan Lackey.
Stan, I don't know.
I think that's John London's real name, maybe? Stan Lackey? Is
Yeah,
that his real name?
I think you're right. Yes, that does sound familiar now.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
I just sent you a private video. It's on YouTube, so it's not very private. So.
Okay.
But
Yeah, so I had to find that niche for him, how to approach him, and then there were others there. One other guy, what was his name? Chase. Calvin, doggone well my phone lines are not working. Call in on Skype. Stop tripping, man.
only Lee's allowed to trip when
That's
he's
right.
in his Uber.
That's right. That's my tripping brother right there.
Are you videoing today? I don't see it on your profile.
You're the second person that said that.
Let me go to Power of
It
Voices.
should be.
See if it's on there. Let's go to Power of Voices.
Chris, didn't you say
it's
it was
live
there?
on there. I'm going to put it on your profile.
Yeah, it's there.
I'll share it on your profile.
I don't know what's wrong with your computer over there, man, but we're streaming.
It's not on your profile. It's on Power of Voices.
Oh, it should be on both. I'm sitting here looking at it. It's on YouTube. Power Voices is on the Lee Michaels iRadio Coach YouTube. It's on the Power of Voices Facebook
maybe I'm
and on my
just- I don't
Facebook.
know.
You
Let me
tripping?
go back to your profile. Let's see. Oh, there. Well, that's because okay, I see it now. I had to refresh.
Yes.
cookies.
Yes. You need to do that.
But on what you're saying back, saying Lee about dealing with talent and stuff like that, and I agree with Apollo. You have to be DNA'd for it. You have to really have the wherewithal to deal with that. 'Cause
Well,
once
that's
again,
true.
it being, of course, ego driven.
Right.
Different personalities and what you went through, and what's amazing is that what you said before is a different skill set for every different personality.
Mm-hmm.
Can't use the same, like you said before, tool on somebody else. It's like the old adage, able to walk with kings and queens,
Right.
and still have the common touch.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
So,
You got to
you
know
got
how
that,
to,
man.
and that's being a good coach. You got to understand your players' strengths and weaknesses, and then you can get the most out of them. And that's your job as a program director, or operations manager, or general manager. I instead of calling myself a PD, I like the phrase of coaching, because that's what you're doing.
Now, before you became management, is anybody you use as a blueprint that was a good manager or a good PD or operations manager to you that you liked?
That's a great question.
Oh yeah, many. Paul Lucci, on the air name was Paul Todd, one of my first PDs down in Norfolk. Gave me a job on the top 40 station there, WNOR. Scotty Andrews was probably my first program director mentor. There were radio personalities were big inspirations to me as well. Scotty Lawrence, not Scotty Lawrence, but that's another guy that was in St. Louis. Scotty Andrews was an air personality and program director at WHIH in Portsmouth, Virginia. He and I became very good friends. Then Calvin Shakespeare Perkins was an inspiration as a personality. Paris Ely, who went on to be a outstanding not only radio personality, now general manager, I believe, down in Houston, and a radio a music executive for a number of record labels. Many. Let's see. In St. Louis, Keith Adams, and I worked with him again in Oakland, and he also gave me my first PD job PD and operations manager job at WGIV in Charlotte. Certainly, there are many others. I would say at 1580 K-Day, Jim Maddox. I learned from a lot of different great programmers and general managers. Doug Eason, he taught me what not to do.
Right.
He cost me money on my first job there in St. Louis.
I was real good at that in my career, teaching people what not to do.
Right, right. And probably my most influential general manager would be Kearney L. Anderson, who I worked with at Oakland and in New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago, not in that order. And he was a very inspiring general manager. He gave me the leadway to be creative. He went to the battleground with me, to the owner of the station or stations, to fight for what we needed. He believed in me. So he's no longer with us. Kearney L. Anderson. It was a great general manager, dear friend, and like a father and brother. There were times when we would sit in his office or at his house and cry. Sometimes tears of joy, sometimes tears of sadness. That's the kind of guy Kearney Anderson was. So I had many, and I've probably forgotten a few. But each one of those people played a very intricate role in building who I am. So I take bits and pieces from each one of them, and I reflect on those influences all the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can tell.
Yeah. And my dad, and of course my mom. They supported, my dreams. And so, that's what makes you an individual, the influences that you have throughout your life, the different people, the different situations, your marriages, your kids, your cousins, your uncles.
Right.
That's what helps build your personality, your character. My Uncle Bill was like a father.
Your family. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, go ahead.
My Uncle Bill was like a father after my dad died when I was 13. So he took over that position as a father figure. That was my mother's brother.
Good, strong family.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Pitch in where you need them.
Mm-hmm.
We need more of that. When I see all these single mothers and there's no father in the house, I'm like, surely you got an uncle or somebody around that kid.
Yeah. You would hope. But
It's,
sometimes that doesn't
it's
exist
sad.
too. Yeah. Sometimes the uncle is in bad shape also.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
But
The
I
old
see a lot of kids-
dysfunctional uncle.
Yeah, I had uncles that would whoop my ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my grandmother would. If they found out half the stuff I'd done, I would have got much more ass whooping.
Yeah.
But my grandmother would get me when I go to sleep. When I got to be a teenager, she'd get me. I'd feel the cool air. I'm like, where the covers go? Mm-hmm. You thought I forgot, didn't you? Come here. Mm. Ow! Ow! She'd get me in the middle of the night, boy. Oh Lord.
Yeah. So I think, you get influences and inspiration and guidance and direction from a lot of different people and situations. So,
Lee, did you do much voice work? Did you do a lot of voice? I mean, like commercial reads and stuff.
I
your
did.
years?
I kind of wanted to do that, but I never really got deep into it. I did, commercials and promos and stuff.
I
at
had
the
no
station.
desire to go into production at all. I didn't want to do this. I wanted to be a program director. I wanted to be on the radio. I wanted to program. I loved it, but I've just found myself doing it and making money. And and I always tell people I still want to That's why I think I still want to program.
Well,
you know Michael.
what? You probably should chase that dream.
You're the first person to tell me that. Everybody, Apollo, just do what you're doing. I'm like, but I don't want to be on the rocking chair saying I wish I woulda.
And until you at least pursue it to see if you can get an opportunity. It's a bad time to try to do it because of the state of the industry. But, deep down in your heart, and when you're 900 years old, you're going to be sitting in the rocking chair on the front porch saying, damn, that's the only thing I didn't.
woulda.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't do. I wish I had.
What I sent you a little small. I get a kick out of this. It's some of the national, their national voiceover people that do agency stuff. Mm-hmm. And well, if you get a chance, I'm not telling you what to do, but because Guy Black kind of made a passive aggressive comment yesterday, which maybe held a mirror to my face. He said, "Lee, is this your show or Apollo show?"
Well, that's some radio stuff. Man.
That sometimes God will speak through you through a little short guy, and.
David Mann even.
Yeah, so
I like that.
I meditated on that last night. Like maybe God was telling me to shut the hell up a little bit.
You ain't gonna listen, so it don't matter.
Well, I listened yesterday.
You heard?
Yesterday.
Hey, but it's a funny little clip that I've held on to. I sent it to you in your messenger. It's only 2 minutes. It's actually voiceover bloopers of different voice artists.
Okay.
doing
Yeah, I'll check that out.
commercials. It's funny.
Can you please put a dot on your wall?
A dot.
Now I'm reading a comment here. Someone wants me to, I guess, talk about prostate cancer, and I'm a big supporter of getting checked out and all of that.
Well, I hate to go back to this, but masturbation by men reduces your chances of prostate
Yeah, they told
cancer.
my brother-in-law that.
Yeah, so
Masturbation
I don't
reduces
think I
your
will
chance.
ever die of prostate cancer.
Yeah, they told my brother-in-law that because he had and they told him he needed to masturbate.
Yeah, I was
So
told
when
that
my wife caught me on Pornhub, and I was, "What are you doing?" Saving my life. Just get out. I'm saving my life, baby.
I'm extending my life, baby. If someone would like to be a part of the
I'm
show,
holding my life in my hands.
yeah, right.
Literally.
Would like to contact
I'm doing
us.
like Moses. I'm stretching out my rod.
Will you guys be quiet for a second? Cheebity, weebity. Your running jokes is
I'm
like
gonna split the Red Sea here in a
bathtub.
minute.
If you would
Or
like
the
to,
Pink Sea.
okay. Are you
Shut him
finished?
down.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm
Okay.
done.
If you'd like to be a part of the show, you can contact us through Skype. And the Skype name to join us is The Power of Voices. And it's all one word, no spaces. The Power of Voices. And then send a request to connect, and I will grant you access and bring you in. Our phone lines are not working. The phones are working. It's just the module that brings the phone on the air is defective, and we're waiting for modules to come in from out of the country. So bear with us, but we can do Skype. Skype it in, baby. The Power of Voices. So that's all I wanted to say.
I bet Frankie's going through withdrawal right now.
Yeah, she's probably in a straight jacket by
No,
now.
I think something's
She's
going
in
on.
therapy by
I
now.
seen her yesterday saying something's going on with her neighbors.
Oh, boy.
Oh, is it?
And Alfo's been calling, and
Yeah,
certainly
he's gonna have
Mike Love, my tripping brother.
an impacted colon before he gets.
Yeah,
all the
really.
You know what I
treatment.
wanted to
Yeah.
say with Steve Harvey? He probably put that memo out because ever since he fired people, they've all been probably coming up to him wanting to know why.
Yeah.
So he might have put that out.
Yeah, to keep the ambushing down.
I mean, he should tell them why. What's the real reason?
I don't want you. I'm going in a new direction. We can't afford to pay for your moves. There's any number of reasons that he could have given them. And maybe some of them will say, well, I don't mind. I'll pick up the expense myself. I want to keep my job. I want to be a part of the new show. And maybe the NBC people are saying, we'll give you control, but you need a new staff. That ain't going to work. We agreed to go in a little different direction, but I think you need a different support team. So it may be a dictate from NBC that he has to live up to because that's a part of the agreement. We'll give you control. We'll give you more money. We'll give you all of that, but we think you need a more efficient, a better, higher scale. I'm not saying this because I know. I'm just saying this is a possibility. When you sit down and negotiate with these corporations, there's some give and take in that. And sometimes you have to give up some stuff that you don't want to And I remember when Tom Joyner needed to make some adjustments with his show, and he fought left and right. Because in the research, it was shown that certain people that he had on his show were not adding anything to it. And you remember the little soap opera thing that he had in there? That didn't favor.
Yeah, It's Your World.
It's Your World. And I listen, I thought it was a good idea. I thought it could have been modified and adjusted, but the people didn't like it. So that was one of the things that was recommended by the listeners to eliminate. And some of the people that was on his show, they didn't particularly care for. Tom was loyal. He didn't want to make those adjustments, and he stuck with it for another year or two. And eventually had to acquiesce and because the ratings were going down. And the affiliates were saying, hey, man, what's up? And the affiliates were the final voice, I think, of making that change. And it probably needs some more changes. Because if you don't change with the times will move on without you. And that's so true. And sometimes, we want to ignore that. But you will lose.
Take your bell bottoms off, please, then.
There's no bell bottoms in my closet, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I like bell bottom.
Really? I left those in the 60s.
Lee's new theme song will be Rock the Bells as he comes on with Elder Cool J.
Yeah, right. No, man, I'm done with all that. The hip huggers and bell bottoms and all that. It was nice.
Now,
that
skinny
time.
jeans, were they ever a thing ever in the past? What did you call them back in the day?
Straight legs. Oh, skinny.
Oh, straight legs.
Yeah, straight legs.
Jordache.
Yeah.
Calvin Klein.
I didn't go with that style. I got a couple pair of jeans now that are kind of straight, but I had little skinny ass legs, so I didn't want to accent that.
Did you ever rock the parachute pants, Lee, back in the 80s?
Never.
Come on.
No. Hell no.
You had a members only jacket, I know.
No, I didn't.
You didn't have a members only?
No, I did not.
Now, see, that was my thing, man.
No,
I had a
have one.
Panama Jack shirt, a members only jacket, and some
No.
parachute pants.
No, I was doing that.
And I had a shag. Michael Zonda said, "What's that in the back of your head?" I'm like, I'm rocking the shag. He said, "That's a mullet on a white person. That ain't no shag. You need to cut that off."
Oh, you had a mullet?
No, I had a shag. I had my
It was
hair cut. I had
probably
just
a
a little
mullet.
bit
Do you have
in
a
the back.
picture of it?
Yeah, but I won't show it to you.
No, I didn't do the parachute.
I thought I was rocking the shag. They're
Yeah,
like, no,
well, you
cut that,
were, but
Michael
No,
said,
that's a mullet
if
on
you're going to
him.
be our promotions director, you got to cut that shag, or what you call it, a shag. Cut that off the back of your head, please.
Rat now.
Who's that TV? It's a guy that does a comedy, and he always had a mullet. He's a little white blonde guy. Can't think. His show's funny. Go see If you have Netflix, look at Dirty Old Grandpa.
Dirty.
Oh, yeah.
It will
yeah,
have
that's a
you
good
in
one.
hysterics.
And see, F is for family. That's a great animated cartoon. It's great.
Somebody's calling us on the phone from Los Angeles. See, I could.
Are you getting a lot of spam right now? They got my number. I guess they made a new law. They can give it out.
Go to don'tcall.gov and register your phone number.
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Yeah, go to don'tcall.gov, enter
Right.
your phone number, and in 2 weeks, it's illegal for anybody to call you.
Right.
And that's not spam, that's telemarketers.
Yeah.
Spam comes in your email, or you get it in the grocery aisle.
Yeah. Right. And you fry it, and it
I wonder
tastes
why they
like
started
crap.
calling spam, like, why they start
Especially in
calling
Hawaii.
junk email canned meat.
That's a good
Okay,
question.
I'm
I
there.
don't know.
It says report, verify your registration, or register your phone. I do that.
Right. Yeah. You enter your phone number and your email address. Then they'll shoot you an email to confirm. Then you click it, and then you wait. And it'll stop it.
It'll stop the random dollars. But
It's out of control.
But if you have signed up for something to get some information or something like that, it's exempt then because you agreed to let them call you.
Play that file now, Lee.
Which
before I
one?
go. The one I sent you in your messenger. It's like 2 minutes. You just saw it at 2:37 1 minute ago.
When you go to the page and it says phone number, I enter mine. It says please enter only phone
Yeah,
numbers.
no, enter. Just go in the phone book and enter anybody's there.
Oh,
No, Carol. If you want them to stop calling your phone, you have
Yeah.
to enter your phone number,
Right.
sweetheart.
it says if you
Yeah.
share any of these telephone numbers with others, please remember that you're registering for everyone. So just
Right.
do mine.
Don't call
Yeah,
that guy.
just
Just
That's
put the
like-
number you want people to stop calling and
Right.
put that number in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of refers to like a home number.
Or a cell phone.
Right.
Yeah.
This higher paying 6% money market account is just one of the many benefits. Ugu.
The terracotta. No.
E.T. Steven Seagal. Fuck
What is
shit.
that?
Cock. And to make sure everyone can breathe, E.T. Kakama.
Well, no, the tape's running. It's like, God damn.
The Lottery Act. Pwee. Let's go again. But it's all through Sunday night. Call your friends. Then push. You want to know something? I'm going to pass on this.
Colors. They're vivid, bright, and splendid. We think they should stay that way. No, fuck, no, fuck, no.
Of all the equipment you can put in your car, put in a car. Oh, fuck. Let me get this little skimpy little fucking print here.
But since switching to Delo 15W40, those problems are fuck. I'd blown it anyway.
Because its special multi-viscosity formula only beats the cold and not the heat, but fucks the down.
Oranges this delicious and satisfying deserve a special name. Oh, shit.
Oranges this fresh and wholesome, this sweet and delicious. Shit.
Okay, a few thoughts from Knott's Berries Farm. Knott's Rich Raspberry Philly. Yeah. Oh, God.
What
Are
was
you using
that?
yourself?
Oh.
We'll give them in a gift pack. Holy shit. Can make your whole holiday weekend. Holy Christ, how long is this thing? What? The fuck is he talking to, for Christ's sake? Oh, changes from melodic to driving beat. Because this Friday and Saturday is Knott's Thanksgiving weekend workout. Don't just sit there, grab the family off the sofa, and go. Secret Heartthrob Bobby Vinton? Who the fuck wrote this shit? That guy was dead. Dive out of bed for this one, folks. Kids meet new kids on the block, live and in person. Fuck. This is a weekend for bimbos. Got to get your work cut out for you right now. Get $3 off admission when you buy any Zaki Farms turkey. Christ. A few thoughts from Knott's Berry Farm on... Oh, no, I can't do it. I can't. I swear to God, I can't do this. Oh, fuck. This is torture. And your favorite chocolate cake marbled with Knott's rich raspberry filling. Whether you use them... Oh, fuck, I'm not doing it.
Who is this?
It's a variety of voiceover guys doing
that's
commercials.
Oh, that's funny.
Promos, and they
I
make
love
mistakes.
it. I'll pass on this. You know
Yeah.
I'm going to pass on this. Thought that guy was dead. I love that stuff, man. That's
Yeah.
great stuff.
I had
You know
to,
what's funnier is that they're still in their voice when they still make the mistake.
right.
Right.
That's
Barry
very
White
fun.
was my favorite.
Oh, shit.
Barry was doing a read for it was
The
for
radio
some,
station,
I
wasn't
can't remember. Yeah, and he's like, he kept screwing it up. Kept screwing it up.
Yeah.
It's so funny to hear
We've
Barry.
all got them. I had some too. Some
Orson
outtakes.
Welles was a good one, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's no
frozen
way to
peas.
begin a sentence. There's no way to begin a sentence. And what did Orson say? He was doing. I think it was for Winn-Dixie. It was a Winn-Dixie commercial, the beef people or whatever they call it. And Orson was a trained actor from Broadway, and
Oh, definitely.
probably had a little sugar in his tank too. But
I never heard that,
he-
but maybe.
well, he said things like. Well, like this one guy's like, he was arguing about the cop. He said, no, show me a way that you can do that and I'll go down on you. I was like, really? I sent it to you. It's only 40 seconds. It's 54 seconds. He's trying to do a read for the Winn-Dixie beef. Remember
grocery
Charlie
store.
Briggs chops up the best Angus beef. And they always had the guy by the fire,
Yeah.
cowboy with the steak. And
Yes, well, that's about where I say in July.
Can you emphasize a bit in July?
Why? That doesn't make any sense. Sorry. There's no known way of saying an English sentence in which you begin a sentence with in and emphasize it. Get me a jury and show me how you can say in July, and I'll go down on you. We know a little place in the American far west where Charlie Briggs chops up the finest prairie-fed beef and tastes... This is a lot of shit, you know that. You want one more? More on what, beef?
You missed the first beef, actually, completely.
What do you mean, missed it?
You're emphasizing prairie fed.
But you can't emphasize beef. That's like his wanting me to emphasize in before July. Come on, fellas, you're losing your heads. I wouldn't direct any living actor like this in Shakespeare. No money is worth it.
He was a smart guy, and he understood.
Yeah, he threw his headphones down. No money is worth this. I'm not doing it.
Right.
Must be nice to turn down money.
Yeah, I'm hip.
Well, he probably had 3 other jobs waiting for him. Back in those days, it wasn't like there was 5,000 voiceover guys back in those days either.
Yeah. Why are bloopers so funny? I mean, they had whole TV shows about them.
Bloopers,
you know?
Yeah.
Dick Clark and Ed McMahon, they had a whole show on bloopers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny to watch people screw up. I don't know why that's so. Why is that so fun?
I don't know. It's just
when I was a kid and I'd come to if I'd come to Chris's house and we'd play and he'd get in trouble and his daddy would whip his ass. I couldn't stop laughing. Why is that funny? When you see your friend getting their ass whooped. I don't know why. I have a twisted sense of humor, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's like I go to Apollo's house, he'd be jacking off, I had to leave.
No, because
it
you
wasn't that funny
scared. You
anymore.
ain't never seen nothing like that before.
No, I was like, dude, I mean, that's against the law, man. Put that back.
No, it's not against the law. Not against the law.
Well,
not in North
10,
Carolina.
I mean,
Maybe it is in Chicago, but here.
It's not against the law in Chicago, I can tell you that.
You guys are nasty.
I didn't. He went straight to that. I was talking
well,
about getting your ass whooped.
You're
Now
right.
play that when I'm done.
What is it? It's another blooper?
Yeah, this is great. Classic.
Your phone's ringing.
This is Dean Martin.
And Jerry Lewis, asking you to see our newest and funniest picture to date.
Of course, you mean the
Might
caddy.
be
You
Scott.
bet I do. The caddy is filled with 90 hilarious minutes of howls, gags, fun, and heartwarming entertainment that the entire family will enjoy.
Crazy, man, crazy.
No doubt about it, Dean. This is the funniest picture we've ever made. No kidding, folks. We're sensational. Take my word for it. Come on and join the fun. See Paramount's The Caddy. It'll make you shit.
Cut out make.
It's Jerry Lewis. He was funny.
You ready?
Watch this.
You ain't doing a fucking thing. You're just standing there. This is Dean Martin.
And Jerry Lewis with him even saving 12, you cocksuckers.
Oh, God. Here it comes.
This is Dean Martin.
And Jerry Lewis with a reminder to see our newest and funniest motion picture ever, The Caddy.
Oh, he's right, folks. Come on and join the fun in the most righteous 90 minutes of howls.
Righteous? Where the fuck do you see righteous? That's riotous, you greaseball. Righteous. What is this, a religious picture?
I ain't up. This is Religious Martin and Jerry Lewis. Woman, there's 5 fucking lines. We can't get through it.
Come on, 15.
This is Dean Martin.
And Jerry Lewis with a reminder to see our newest and funniest motion picture ever, The Caddy.
Oh, he's right, folks. Come on and join the fun in the most wonderful 90 minutes of howls and gags you ever saw.
We'll be seeing you in Paramount's The Caddy.
Yep, the caddy.
With a big cock on it.
Oh, God.
He just didn't want to finish. He's a funny guy.
Lord, gee.
He was.
Yeah.
He is still funny. He's the nut.
I hate Jerry has gotten really angry in his old days. You see that interview he did with that guy, and he was like,
Oh, he's real short, wasn't he? Yeah.
yeah, he was like, I don't want to be here, and you're an asshole, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. He was.
it was.
I don't know why. Well, he's in a lot of pain.
Spiritually, he's obviously not happy, and you could tell that, and that hurts my heart because he spent his whole life making others happy, and
Yeah.
to see him so unhappy is heartbreaking.
Well, he's
Yeah.
in a lot of pain. You know that, right?
I know.
all those stunts that he used to do and throwing himself
Falling
across
and-
tables and
yeah.
falling. He has severe.
And he helped so many children, too. I mean, you probably did the telethons. I did the telethons
yeah.
many years in
Yeah.
radio. Yeah.
I went to one of them here in California as they were, doing it live.
Yeah, yeah. I did those many years where you'd go on TV.
Yeah.
You may not know their faces, but you know their voices, and here they are to get you to call in and give us money.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, but he has 2 nerve stimulators implanted in his body, the same as my wife and my son is about to receive. But he called me this morning and said the insurance company had denied again
Wow.
They're saying this is not a fix or a legitimate cure. Well, it's not a cure.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a cure. It just masks the pain.
It's an alternative medicine or alternative treatment.
Yeah.
But they'll give him some damn Oxycontin and get him hooked. They're cool with that.
Exactly. So, so he's suffering from a lot of pain, and it's probably got him all whacked out like that.
I'm sorry about that.
Medicine and the stimulators that he has from those falls.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Jerry Lewis.
See, I have two nerve stimulators. One works at Flat Rock at the Hot Stone Therapy, and the other one works at Asia Spa in Asheville.
That's different.
The bird bath.
Yeah.
They're nerve stimulators, though.
That's true.
You know, Sky worked on a movie with him, with Nicolas Cage.
And Jerry Lewis?
Yeah, last year. I think
Jerry's
last
still
year,
doing
year and a
stuff?
half.
Jerry did a
played
movie
the
last
father
year?
called The Trust. Go in and watch it. It's very good.
Wow.
Really? What role did Jerry play?
The father.
Really?
I think it was the father. Yeah, go in and watch it.
Wow.
Great movie.
Or the grandfather.
Wow. Okay. We'll check that out.
Well, gentlemen, I've got to go to Hunter's Chicken and Waffles. I ordered a big platter of it's the best fried chicken around here. A little mom and pop black owned little restaurant over in the hood. But
man, I missed the cup.
But I
missed the coffee cup.
Yeah, no, this is a guy I grew up with. He owns the barber shop, and then he's got a laundromat right beside his barber shop and a chicken and waffle place on the end. He owns the whole strip mall.
The whole strip mall. He gets
But
you
it's
coming
really good. Most people they don't know about that chicken, but like a good Southern Christian, when somebody dies, you take them fried chicken.
Sure,
so that's what
sure.
is what I'm going to do.
Right.
And I'm going to let y'all have this last 10 minutes because I got to go pick this plate up and get it over here.
All right, well. have
Hey,
a
I
blessed
love
day.
all y'all, bro.
We love
God
you too.
bless y'all.
Love you more.
All right, Carol, I love you too, baby.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Carol, you're
Carol, tell me
special.
you love me.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Carol.
gee.
Just lie to
Well,
him. like you
Okay,
told all the
okay, I'll
guys.
lie to you. I love you.
Ladies and
You
gentlemen.
might not like me, but at least love me.
I say that.
You can love me
I
without
finally
liking
say-
me. You know that,
I
right?
finally say that to people.
Yeah.
I never did.
I love
but
people
do
that I don't
now.
like.
I say to people,
Mm-hmm.
love you.
Yeah.
I never did that before, but I do now. I love you.
Yeah,
Well, don't tell me if you don't mean it.
No, that was kind
Whenever you tell me,
No, I
you'll
love
mean
you
it.
as a friend. I felt bad for you this
Yeah.
morning
I think
when
you're a good person.
when I
think
read
there's
what
a
you
lot of good-
said.
She's
I felt
always
very
emotional
bad.
about you. So I think she
Or you
truly
read what I
loved you.
said. What did I say?
When you were talking about your uncle, I came in here and talked about it.
Yeah, she told me about it
Oh.
because I hadn't seen it.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Well, cool.
a closet softie, actually.
Yeah.
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 She's really
Yeah,
got a
I
good
made
heart.
enchiladas.
Did you?
I made them for Josefa and Lee, but they finally made it here.
Yeah, I haven't had any.
That's-
I'm gonna have some for lunch.
No,
You
I
didn't
used
put a little
new,
Sugar Avery pea
No, I
in there,
used a
did
new
you?
tortilla, and it's actually
You
makes
put
it
some
almost like a
voodoo in that
tamale.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thicker
Voodoo
tortilla. They make them at this place.
Is it flour or
Ooh-wee.
corn?
Corn, I
2
wouldn't use
pubic
flour
hairs, little
for
pea,
enchiladas because
one
it'd be too
underarm hair.
doughy.
I like that.
No, you don't want it
spoons of
doughy.
breast milk, 3
Shut up.
toenails.
Apollo, go pick up your fried chicken.
I love y'all, man.
We love
God
you too.
bless.
Wish I could have
Peace
some
out.
All right, love you
chicken.
more, man.
All
Take
right.
care.
All right, brother. Take care. Lord have mercy. It keeps calling. Obviously, he is not listening to the show.
Yeah, let him keep calling.
Well, just tell them what to call on.
Well, he probably can't comprehend that. I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, Dark Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't know. What were we talking about? The Dow tone deleted.
No, I'm
my
sorry,
thing.
that was priceless.
They have
with-
the pictures that were
When Apollo asked
posted.
Carol to say "I love you," Carol didn't say anything.
Yeah, when she finally said it, it did sound kind of sexy. She said, "I love you." I do.
Oh, I love you.
I love you.
No, I say it now to friends of mine, and they're shocked because that's just, I don't like people to touch me, hug me.
Yeah,
and
she's
I
a
don't.
stiff
Man, don't
ironing
touch me.
board.
I'll put your head through
No,
a
I
window.
don't like people to do that. I really don't.
Let's see if we can get. All right, All right, I'm not going to try answering anymore. I quit.
Was that
Exactly.
Lord?
That was Lord have mercy.
Well, tell him to read that we're out right now.
Well, Lord, he knows. He's just being difficult. I think
Yeah,
it's
that's him on the regular.
That Oregon air has messed him up.
Yeah, but he lives in a white area, he said.
Yeah. Anyway, today is what, Thursday? Damn. So
Yeah, that's it for the week, man.
Yeah, we won't have a live show tomorrow, but we'll be back on Monday at 10 a.m. That's Pacific time.
And I get to do my walk. It's too bad you couldn't walk with him. We did a live show on the walk.
Well, that's somewhat possible,
It's
but
really bizarre. Because they'll
do you
walk
think
with me
about
and they'll say, the therapist will go, well, are you heavily medicated?
you could actually.
No, let me finish.
Mm.
Are you heavily medicated? I go, no. Well, did you go to the in-care thing? I said, no. What is that? I end up being their therapist. I go,
Wow.
I come here, I go, because
To
sometimes
socialize.
to socialize and listen to other people with problems just like I might have. But
Uh-huh.
like I said, I'm shocked. Most people that are in this,
Mm-hmm.
that walk this therapy class,
Mhm.
they're there because of job related, how they're treated,
Really?
how they've been let go. One lady almost made me cry though, because I thought she was only there because they let her go because she was just got disabled, but she can still work and she can't get a job. But last week she said how every week all her family comes for a dinner on Sunday, but she didn't want them there this week because I guess her husband has really bad cancer and he's not going to make it. And she started crying and I was right next to her. I felt so bad for her,
Yeah.
and then she talked about how they just don't understand that she always doesn't want to cook. And that's a pet peeve I have is I don't want to cook Thanksgiving this year. I really don't.
Then don't.
I'm not. I say that every year, but I cook. And everybody that claims they're going out of town, they're not going to be here. All of a sudden they're in town
Right.
when they hear Carol's cooking. And it's like, it's going to be a last minute thing
Yeah.
if I do. But I'm tired of cooking.
Well, they know you're going to do it, so that's why they don't. Yes, mom's going to do it, or my
No,
sister's
it
going to
isn't
do
just
it.
mom. It's friends. Everybody does
Right.
this to me. It's like, how about you guys all cooking and inviting me or my sister for a change?
Well, start in September, sending the message out that I'm not cooking this year. Who's cooking? Who's going to cook this year? I'm not.
And
up.
if you go to a restaurant, you want the leftovers the next
Well,
day.
order another plate, an extra plate.
No, you want homemade leftovers.
Well, there you go. So you just talked yourself back into cooking.
See, White House is very, very mad about what he did.
Who?
The White House, because the Russians are posting the pictures they took in there.
Right. Of course.
But I mean, this to me is enough for impeachment. Who's to say what he's in there saying?
Yeah.
Who's to say that he's such an idiot that he's not here for our country? It's all about money. This man is a sick, evil person. And to me, they need to let them all go. If it gets proven that they messed with the elections with the Russians,
I would think that
they should
the whole
all go.
administration,
Pence, every one
Absolutely.
of them, and
Absolutely.
Hillary should become the president.
Well, we'll probably have to have a new election. In all fairness,
Then they should bring Obama back in till they get him. You know, a lot of things they talk about, like they want to arrest this woman, go to
Please.
jail because she giggled, laughed at them. They did this to Obama all the time. People threatened his life all the time.
Yep.
But they feel now these people that are against Trump should be arrested. And now North Dakota
Wow.
wants to go in on us Native Americans. The North Dakota people want to take our rights to control our own reservation and where the government handles our stuff. That's unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
There is a treaty.
Well, there's two parts of what you just said. First of all, there are double standards. And the standard that they held when Obama was in office was different than the standard that we have now. It's back to the good old boy school. And whatever he does is okay with a lot of people. I'm not going to say most, a lot.
Well, it's like they're trying to take what little land we have. They gave us the worst land, deserts, but we managed to profit from it.
Mm-hmm.
Some land they gave us had oil.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, a lot of Indians, I have friends that get like $37,000 a month. The ones in Palm Springs.
They're good.
I get nothing.
They need more than that.
But it's just a trip. Why do you want to go in history? You already don't teach about us.
Mm-hmm.
All you do is tell us Custer, Indians killed Custer. That's all we ever hear. They don't tell you how they scalped Indians way before Indians scalped them. Just, it makes you angry.
Well, it is.
They don't treat us like we're human, even though all these bitches go out and pay to get these high cheekbones and pump their lips up. You know, they pay for all the things us minorities have.
Yeah, well.
So there's something about us they must like.
Absolutely.
You know, it's obvious they weren't born with it.
Fashion and trends and stuff make people do stuff that just don't make a lot of sense. And I'm still kind of shaken by what you said earlier, though, when you said that J-Lo has had a facelift.
I didn't say a facelift.
What'd you say?
J-Lo.
I said she had work done on her bottom. They didn't change it. They just took some fat away.
Oh,
But
they made it smaller?
I'm sure she did something on her face. Now, come on.
They
She's
made
almost 50 years old.
They made her butt smaller? Is that what you're saying? Or made it bigger?
From what my friend was telling me when she was her stylist, it was
They
a
just-
little out of shape. They shaped
Yeah.
it up, but she didn't
Shaped
do
it up.
nothing drastic.
Okay.
And I'm sure, I don't
That's
think
fine.
she's had a facelift.
That's
I think
great.
she probably does Botox and other stuff because I haven't had a facelift and I don't have wrinkles.
You're blessed. But the people will never know that because they
J-Lo
can't
was
see
booty
you.
talks.
Booty talks.
She's one of the main people I watch her movies.
Yeah. I don't think she's a great actor, but I just love her.
Oh,
That's
I
all.
think she's a really good actress.
Yeah.
In what she does.
Yeah.
She's more comedy and romance.
Yeah. That's what I'm
I've seen her
talking
play
about.
drama roles, and she's good. I don't think
Yeah.
she's a great singer.
She's great.
She is not.
She is.
And you know it
J-Lo
because
is
you're
the
in the
bomb.
business. She cannot sing.
She's the best. Next to Alicia Keys. J-Lo. All right, folks, we're out of here. You have a blessed Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll be back on Monday. And bring all your frustrations and happiness with you. We'll be here to filter through it and have some fun with you. Thank you so much for making this a show. Without you, it's just Chris sitting here chopping his lips.
And
Yeah, that's
Apollo
true.
slapping something.
And Apollo slapping something and Carol bitching me out. So, hey, look, I just bring them all together. I'm just a maestro, okay? Have a great weekend. We love you. Take care. God bless.